Welcome to a world of might and magic, where the only limit is your imagination. Come along with us and find out what happens when you just roll with it.
Okay, I start. Last session we started at the shop door that appeared on the small puzzle box. After getting my shit knocked out and falling into a hole, that spoon had to me get me up with a few chairs and a table. Uh, he simply knocked and asked this time, so the hand
Yeah.
just opened the door.
Yeah, I was very polite about it, and he let us in.
Inside we met a gigantic crystal with a part of Carsus in there that told us to pick one of the 4 prizes.
And we picked the book because books had been doing us well as we were doing this puzzle box.
We basically rolled a dice because I wanted the goblet. we didn't know how to make a decision, so yeah, roll the dice.
But we know picking the book was probably a pretty good choice on our part because it's homebrew spells the book.
Exactly.
Wait till you find out the items you actually missed out on.
Yeah, really. We got a prophecy that we need to. I think we're on our way to start handling, or we thought about it.
It's a prophecy that we have to go other places to search for a few powerful items.
It's like another quest tied into our main quest.
Side quests in an RPG? How ludicrous.
Who would have thought? Never would have thought that we'd be doing multiple quests.
So we decided
I actually haven't recovered from the trauma.
The second one, we decided to go after the second item mentioned in the prophecy, the staff of a monk equal to heaven.
Yeah, that because it said it was somewhere under the earth that's been lost, which...
Yeah, the only tip we got was that page heard people talking about something called the Hollow. So he went to the library to search for that.
Yeah, well, we shopped for magic items. I bought I'm getting a dancing sword delivered to the house.
Well, you got the dancing sword. It's just he was sending for the money for the sword.
Yeah. Yes.
And Krell was just going over the weapons, trying to find some upgrades over her freaking daggers, which are slowly falling off in damage as we get higher in level.
That is true.
Oh no, I'm out of tea.
Krell's gonna have to start finding some like goblin-sized two-handed weapons, otherwise.
That was my exact thought.
Yeah, it's just like the next step up. We'll find her some short swords.
By the way, do I gain my inspiration?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I have that inspiration.
I don't. I think I used mine, and
I think
something.
Inspiration was used a lot in the last session or two.
Yeah, that's right. I used mine to help Paige get out of the hole, and it actually did something.
Yeah, I think both uses of inspiration were actually useful.
Unusual.
It happens.
Don't expect it to happen again.
Hell, even your inspiration ability has only been useful half of the time. Out of the 2 times.
Used it twice.
The first time, it was to brilliant effect. The second time, you missed every goddamn time.
I missed every attack. I took like 3 levels of exhaustion.
And I believe Woots was scavenging through a bargain bin of sorts.
Yeah, we are the best heroes.
Oh god. I gotta mute myself.
We're the heroes that shop in the bargain bin. It's great. We are we're very capable. That's it.
Very good at doing what we do.
Yeah, I think if you hired this group of people to do a job for you, you would
It might not go down the way you planned, but it will be done.
It'll get done. There may be a trail of corpses and a river of blood, but we will get that job done.
Alright, so let us return our attention to Woots, who was scavenging through that bargain bin. Because that's kind of where we cut off.
Yeah. I'm gonna do one last look in this bargain bin for like anything that can catch my eye.
You find a interesting looking talisman. It is silver, vaguely in the shape of an eye, with a light blue gem in the center.
Snatch that, the leather duffel bag, and then the shadow silk thing. And then I'm going to go to the counter and ask what they are.
Alright, so you head over to Mr. Fizzerwidget, who is currently in the lounge area. Bitch of an itch. Ah, yes, and what can I do to help you?
Curious, what are these specific items? And I hold out the silk, the duffel bag, and the talisman.
Let me take a closer look. And he snaps his finger, and a jeweler's loom seems to fall out of the air into his hand as he begins taking a closer look. This one here, he gestures to the bit of cloth, is a curious object known as the Shroud of Whimsy. While wearing this shroud on your person, you can utter a command word, and the shroud will change shape, material, color, and adornments to resemble an article of clothing that you picture mentally. The only limitation it seems to have is the item it creates has to be the same dimensions as the shroud originally was.
Interesting. I just kind of was envisioning, okay, I got this much yard of fabric, and if I can make it into this dimension, I can make this outfit. Just like kind of filing through that in my mind.
Pretty much. Piece of clothes that can become other pieces of clothes.
You ever need like a uniform or sigil or stealth? That'll do it.
And then he...
Alright,
Sorry, continue.
alright, and then I'm like, okay, and then I think I hold out this talisman. Or push the talisman forward, because it's the next interesting thing.
Interesting. I can't quite place my finger on this one, but it does seem to react to the situations around it, slightly changing colors. I'm curious what would happen if different situations were applied in the vicinity of this item. As I don't know the exact abilities of this object, I probably couldn't charge you much more than 15 gold for it.
Yeah. The fall of not having identify.
He's using identify.
Oh. Whoa.
Deals for like, oh, if we buy this 3 items, this is kind of like a free gift item.
I suppose so.
Free gift items if we keep balancing. Alright, and this double bag, that seems, I don't know, dimensions are kind of weird.
Well, yes, it does seem to contain some sort of pocket dimension, which is odd as we're already in one. Usually they cause each other to implode.
Yeah, they sure do.
I guess it's a good thing she never tried to activate it. That would have sucked.
Yeah, every wheel would have been, I don't know, sent to the abyss.
Just the astral plane.
Oh, okay. The abyss, but with a more positive sounding name.
Yeah, potential of you getting back.
Oh, goody.
As I was saying, it's an extra-dimensional object similar to a bag of holding, although I don't think you could really put anything in there. It just allows you to pull things out, seemingly at random.
Oh.
But everything I managed to pull out was magical in some way. It may not have been of great use, but some things are more useful than others in certain situations. If you're clever, you could probably find a use for just about anything that pops out of this bag.
I can't put anything in it. I'm gonna try to do this. I will grab one of the many darts I have and try to put something in there.
Alright, you drop it in, and it just sits in the bottom of the actual bag itself, having not entered the extra-dimensional space within.
Alright. If I reach in there and grab it, do I grab something else now?
Since you
Wanna grab the dart?
Since you reached in with the intention to grab the dart, you are allowed to grab the dart.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the dart and be like, okay. It is curious, but I'm not quite sure. Do you know what kind of gear might be in it? Like, or just it's random?
It's almost entirely random. I've never gotten the same item twice in a handful of draws, but then again, I have pulled some pretty interesting items out of there. Granted, none of them lasted very long, but I suppose every little magic item has its reason for existing. Some artificer who created this must have surely thought so.
Guess I found it in the bargain bin. I want the silk and I want the talisman.
The hell is
Maybe bigger on the
that?
duffel. What?
Some kind of sound just came through the mic. What were you saying?
I'll have. I think like what's like looks to spoon. How many items can we get?
We have a great deal of money still.
Yeah. I don't remember how much we have in the, I guess I could check. How much money do we have in the vault? Vault record.
Well, don't want to spend over budget either. Let's see.
I don't think you're gonna blow the budget.
We've got like 20,000 gold to play with. I wouldn't worry. Think of it as like a welcoming gift. If you see something you like, and it doesn't go above 20,000 gold, then you're good.
Scribbler will probably try to kill us, but
Yeah, Scribbler, he's gonna have to do some. Well, Scribbler's great. He's great at math. He'll be fine. It's his job. If he's angry, maybe he shouldn't be working in a field where he has to do math. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you talking to Paige, who isn't here?
That's true.
Say the exact same thing.
That's a fair point. For the sake of comedy.
Oh god, Spoon's going insane. There can't be two of us in the same party that are insane.
Yeah, we've already got two people who are insane.
For very different reasons.
Yeah, one's British and the other one's an insane wizard.
You just tell me if you have it in stock and what's the amount. If you could.
For what?
Do you have gloves of thievery?
Gloves of Thievery. Make him pull up another tab. At least I got it fucking saved now.
I don't know, I'm going back and forth to random stuff, so we'll see if we have it or not.
God, see, this is the annoying thing about D&D Beyond. Hey, do you want this information? Buy this book.
That's why I prefer 5e tools, because it's just better.
And it's
I
literally the DMG, which I have in the other room. I just don't want to go get it.
Oh, I use a D&D wiki.
That works too, but it's not always 100% reliable.
It's easy to find stuff when you don't have the books.
It's either pay money or be unreliable. There's no in between.
Either way, I have the DMG, so let's look it up right in the compendium.
Oh yeah, I forgot
there.
we have a bunch of books in the compendium.
Just about all of them.
I'm gonna start putting items of interest in the chat here, and you can tell me if we have them or what we want.
Yeah, like I previously said, you could give him a checklist. You can give Mr. Fizzerwidget a checklist of items. And if he can get his hands on them, he'll charge you a finder's fee.
Well, let's just see what he has in storage right now.
Whoa, young man with sticky fingers, I see. I don't have this item currently on hand, but for a small fee it could be obtained. There are quite a few, what's the word I'm looking for? Unsalacious individuals running about town.
Hey, it's a way to live.
I don't think unsalacious is a word, but it gets my point across.
He's not eyeing me weirdly, is he?
Oh, I don't judge, young man. Don't worry. And I'll surely not call the guard for asking on a particular item.
If you could make a stock, I kind of do want to have a pair just in case in the future.
I'll see what can be done. And for the rest of this list of items, rather curious set.
Did you write that before coming here, or did you write that like just now?
Had a week of a shopping list, and what would be a good idea to have for what's / trying to go into the unknown or the dark.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Very fair.
Well, then again, the gloves of thievery are more like, oh, what might be wanting to steal some things once in a while.
That's fair, honestly.
Literally sleight of hand someone's clothes right off them.
Well, I look also into it, I'm like, oh, it's also good for like lock picking. I'm like, yeah, that's the reason I'm using them, lock picking.
I love the idea of putting a grenade in somebody's pocket and they don't realize.
I'm playing Fallout now?
Yeah, it's. I think I had a rogue in my Detroit campaign who wanted to do that, but like he could never like scrape together the money because he was broke as fuck. It was great. I need to wrap the campaign up sometime. I never actually like finished. Mad Discord messages.
That's weird. Really? The Hat of Disguise requires attunement for an uncommon? That's weird.
Leave me alone. Stop messaging me, please.
But I mean, you get unlimited disguise self, so.
Yeah.
Shopping list before the game, but now it's just like a dead time looking up things.
I probably should have looked a bit farther into magic items too, but I really don't feel like I need anything right now. I've got so much shit.
Oh, that's neat.
And all of it very cool. And all of it requiring attunement.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about Spoon. He picks up like every magic item, and most of them require attunement, so he has to make sure he has what he needs attuned at the start of the day.
And then I just keep handing them off. It's like, I don't want to give up my ring of protection. Then I'll have an 18 AC.
Is that Spoon's going to become an artificer that I'm hearing?
You know, well, artificer. The thing about that is that like they don't get to attune to more magic items until like late in their levels.
Oh, that's sad.
Yep.
I do like artificer though, but I don't think Spoon is very. Well, they skilled at int, and I don't think Spoon's very intelligent. He's got like an 11.
It would be hilarious to see Spoon trying to figure out magic items just to attune to more of them.
I've got like 2 artificer characters on standby. I'm gonna play them one day. One day. Same with. I literally have a backup for every class ready to go.
That's concerning.
I mean, I've got favorites, obviously, but you know, everyone's gonna have favorites.
But yes, so keep an eye out for these items you've requested. And we'll see what business we can do in the future.
What kind of looks like, oh, okay.
Hey, Fizzer Widget always does a good job, so you can expect to see those in like a couple of days.
Yeah, we've usually not left unsatisfied.
Exactly.
Hell, even when we're window shopping, we usually just find something neat. Now, what of these other items you've just had me identify?
Oh yeah, are those on our vault budget? Well, I mean, I said they are, so you don't got to pay out of pocket for anything. Oots. So just add it to our the list of things that you need to consult our boy Scribbler about.
Of course,
Add
of
to the
course.
And Scribbler never shorts, so you don't got to worry. We pay him to get things right.
I need a receipt or a blank receipt. or I can remember to write this down.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a good chance I won't remember it in the later moment.
What do you mean?
No, I just need to remember this. Because I'll even forget.
Remember what?
Oh, to resist the urge to metagame right now.
You're not here. You can't metagame if you want to. Alright, so what information do you need?
Make sure I write down, like, okay, remember to visit in a few days for...
Keep a mental note to come back. Alright.
Put that, and then I just, like, I don't know, I'll put it in my glove that I have, or just normal, but, like, okay, I'll find out in a few days and I'll remember. P.S. Mention this to Scribbles. Back into the glove. Okay, well...
You guys should definitely ask for a discount.
Yeah. If we're done here, then we should probably go ahead and get en route to go. I don't know if Paige is done at the library yet or not, but I guess we could probably meet him there.
Okay, then real quick.
Thanks again, Fizzer Widget.
Let me just subtract that.
Always does a good.
Alright, so I'm gonna get the silk and the talisman and clear our air real quick if I can have a +1 short sword.
+1 short sword. That's... What the hell is my resources? I've got a whole page for shopping.
This is me desperately pulling up pages and tabs on Roll20. Just like, oh god, did I write this down?
Did you want a +1 or a +2? Because both are available.
Oh, okay. Well,
That changes things.
I specifically
+2,
mentioned that when
wait,
we came in.
You did.
yeah. I was in the bargain bin, so I think what to be a little surprised. And then kind of looked to Spoon for like permission to get the +2.
How much are they charging for those?
500 gold piece for the short sword.
Fuck yeah, you can. That's barely a dent. You can get 2.
And on that note, Krell just kind of walks out holding on to a +2 Great Club.
Oh my god! Oh, it is not like the best fucking mental image of that.
It's a sized for her Great Club, okay?
I know, it's like, I know, but I just can't help like shake the feeling of Krell, our fucking like, our knife crime goblin holding a fucking like tree log.
And there's one of these Dark Souls clubs.
Sized for her, it's like a metal baseball bat.
Oh, that is awesome.
Imagine her blowing out some shins with that.
Oh, great. So now she's got a bat and dagger. She's becoming Majima. I love it.
Alright. So that's going to give us 100 platinum total. This is the first time Krell's made a withdrawal from the treasury.
Well, last I surmised, Krell doesn't go out too often.
Krell doesn't find magic items she wants very often.
That's true. That's true. But hey, a bunch of +2 daggers. Who doesn't want that?
She can make +2 daggers.
Can she?
Yeah.
That's
She's level
no
10
way.
now.
Wacky. What am I doing? I totally forgot what I was actually like. I was gonna look something up, and now I've totally forgotten.
Oh yeah, I gotta add the short sword.
Really good, sir.
Or did you already
Why
add
is this
that?
always- why does this
Okay, you
always
already
happen?
added it.
Oh, yes. I think I'll have a dementia moment.
Too young for dementia.
I am. That's either someone I know or me getting dementia is like one of my greatest fears. I don't like it. Alrighty then.
I just totally remembered out of nowhere that Krell actually still has a pair of cutlasses for no real reason.
Alright then, I think is it all? That's all squared away then. We're ready
And
to.
I can swap that from a strength mod to a charisma mod.
Item, and I got a stabby thing, so we're good. I think I'm gonna take. What's that?
Might want to add. You might want to. I don't know if you already did it or not, but you might want to add those in from the compendium.
Works right.
It's the little. It's the eye icon over here on your
Detect
set of
and
tabs.
damage. Got it.
I-
Okay.
Inventory. Yeah, I already did that.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure, because I forget constantly to do shit like that. Because
Just
my
upped
brain
my
is just
damage
like-
from 1d4 plus 3 to a hit to 1d8 plus 3 to a hit.
Man, I do like an average of like fucking 7. I've
Well,
got
that
so
is an
many-
average of 7.
No, I meant like 78.
Oh. Well, she could also add her Fury of the Small and Psychic Blades to stuff, so.
There you go.
But she gets to hit things just a little bit harder now.
Great. That's always a good thing.
The definite upgrade is she can swap out the strength requirement for a charisma requirement.
There you go.
Yay, Warlock.
That face when everything is charisma.
Unless your other stat happens to be higher. Most of my weapons have been dexterity, which is the same modifier as my charisma.
Man, Krell could have a fucking like guts-sized greatsword and fucking use her charisma to wield it. Love that. Yeah, I think Berserk would have been infinitely improved if Guts was a goblin. I felt
Alright.
heretical just saying that.
So which of the bargain bin items did Woots actually get?
Shroud of Whimsy, and I took the Talisman.
Alright. So not the bag. Okay.
Oh man, that bag's cool.
Well, we can quickly grab it if you want.
It's up to you. You're the one buying things.
We are gonna go camping in the middle of nowhere. Who knows what we can pull out of it?
Exactly. We definitely. It's definitely not because I'm a child and I think it's funny.
Well, you're within earshot of the conversation.
I mean, if Woots isn't gonna buy it, I will.
Go for it.
Hell yeah. What's it called? Does it got a name?
The Alchemist's Tool Bag.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Now let me throw that into your magic items tab. So once per day, you can reach into the bag and randomly pull forth one of the creator's many creations. At dawn, the day after the tool is removed from the bag, it spontaneously disintegrates.
That's awesome.
So basically, you can have a free magic item that lasts until dawn the next day.
Do I have to attune to this bag?
You do not.
Thank God.
The items in the tool bag are all magical in some way and can range from seemingly useless to madly brilliant.
can only. I'm assuming once per day means only one person. Like not everyone can draw it.
Yeah. Only one item can be pulled from the bag each day.
All right. Cool.
And what it is completely random.
Fuck
And I've made a whole fucking, like, 3-page thing of completely random shit that can come out of this bag.
yeah. I would love if one of them was just a Wild Magic Surge table.
Well,
I just pull out a fireball.
it's just like, well, what the fuck is this? Just
I
pure
don't know
art.
what this is, but
just
it
a-
sounds like it'll be great.
just
and
a
I
pu-
fucking die, I explode.
Just pull out an orb of pure arcane energy. Just like, the fuck is this? Boom!
You touch the bag and become a potted plant.
That is one of the many results.
Fucking, I love that. I reach into the bag and get reincarnated. Man. Can't believe it. This game's great. I love this. This is the stupidest thing I've ever held. And that's why it's my favorite ever.
Wow, you don't just turn into a potted plant. You are also incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage.
Oh, good.
If you drop to 0 hit points or your pot breaks, your form reverts.
Okay, so it's like getting polymorphed.
Pretty
But
much.
become a potted plant, and your first words are not again.
Alright. I suppose we ought to move over to Paige in the library.
Yes. See what our short king is up to.
Short king.
You are the shortest party member.
True.
Is he really shorter than Krell?
Yeah.
My next character is even shorter than Paige.
I think by like half a foot.
I don't know what I have with D&D and short characters, but I always make my characters a short race.
Because how do you defend against a half-sized person?
Exactly.
Like
What are you gonna do?
they're just gonna
They're
nimble
stabbing-
around your shield and stab you in the ankles.
Exactly. What do you do about that? Nothing.
Like, how are you gonna defend Krell rocking up on you with a fucking baseball bat and blowing out your knees? You're not. And since she's also got improved pact weapon, once she makes it her pact weapon, she can cast spells out of it. Imagine getting thunder waved after getting kneecapped.
Krell really just went from like average British citizen to average New York gang member.
Listen, she needs more weapons for up close fighting than just stabbing things.
That's true. No matter how well stabbing things has worked out for her.
It's like 50-50. Half the time she just loses half her daggers if there's more than like 3 people she's fighting.
That's true.
And granted, she's got the ones that can teleport back now, but she has to pick one or the other to throw. Alright, so over to the library with our boy Paige. So what specific information are you looking for?
Anything related to the Hollow, the Underdark itself, secrets of the Underdark,
You might
and even the children history section.
children's history.
I mean, the stories for children, you know.
Yeah, it was described as being a folktale designed to scare children.
Oh, I see.
That's how he overheard it.
Imagine Paige super A super serious necromancer just goes up to the table.
Yeah,
His book.
just plops down in a small plastic chair in the kid's play place. He's just reading a big ancient tome of fairy tales.
Yeah, he's got like several corpses following him around. He's ruminating.
Oh god, I need to draw this.
A child confuses him with another child because he's a halfling.
Just walks up behind him, just like start talking to him, just comes around, and you're just like sullen-eyed, stubble on your face, completely seriously, and just intense staring at the book.
I'll hit up my art guy. He'll nail it.
You're gonna give children nightmares.
Probably.
Worse than the stories you're trying to find out about.
Mommy, there's a strange man reading a children's book. I don't know what to say. Let's just go home.
But yeah, you managed to find a few books that have entries specifically relating to the Hollow. God damn, that was loud.
It was literally as far away from my mic as it could be.
That's why I open drinks under the table.
I turned my chair around too.
Alright, so going through all these books, you find both the children's version of the story that bad little children have monsters come out of the Hollow to drag them back for their misdeeds. And you find the much more realistic story about how the Hollow is a hole of fathomless depth. Little is known about what lies below where the light reaches, other than the fact that nothing that descends into the Hollow ever returns. It was once a mining operation that had to be ended when dozens of miners suddenly went missing. And as such, the mining platforms that were within it have fallen into decay and disrepair. So there's no proper way to descend without taking some kind of risk or bringing your own equipment.
How about just jumping in and casting Featherfall?
I mean, that works for getting in.
Yeah, for getting out, it's another different story.
I'm about to say, unless you got fly prepared right now.
I don't have fly.
And you damn well better hope you level up down there.
Get a shit ton of climbing gear. Get like a harness so I can attach Paige to my chest.
It's gonna be one of those kid harnesses ones, you know, you just put the kid in front.
Exactly.
Well, on the other side, Spoon will be completely fine. Because Spoon has that spider staff that lets him climb up walls.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
You always forget the spider staff until it's like direly necessary.
The guy we got it from was just like so like we basically did the equivalent of like we walked in. It's the Borderlands pre-sequel villain where you walked in and then he fell down the stairs and died.
Yeah.
Couldn't I just polymorph Spoon into a giant eagle to carry us back there?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that could work. But then again, it's a fathomless depth. You don't know how long it's going to take to reach the top or the bottom. And doesn't polymorph only last like an hour?
Yeah, but fly on less 10 minutes.
Fair.
That's true.
And fly is also concentration.
I'm sure an eagle has a much better fly speed than a.
I think it's weird that polymorph is not concentration.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I
But
know it is.
yeah, but it also yeah, let's say it is because you could drop your concentration to drop the spell.
See.
We'll figure it
If we
out.
if we don't, if we turn back into people midair, you could just cast it again.
Yeah. And if I end up,
But hey, I'm capable. I'm Spoon.
and if you are out of spell slots, just rest in the cave. If there's no cave, we scream.
We'll bring like those climbing picks. It'll be great.
Wow, Crow literally has nothing for climbing.
Alright, what if we got a carpenter to build a really big ladder?
long do you
Ignoring
think-
Spoon's completely insane idea, do I find anything about what type of creatures live down there?
Well, since no one's made it to the bottom and returned alive, there's no record on what could be down there.
I see. So I'm going to assume that the normal creatures of the Underdark are down there. Purple worms, mind flayers, drows, and what other types of creatures are in the Underdark? Can I find a book about that?
Well, you can find a book about the humanoid races. There's not exactly a monsterpedia down here.
Unfortunate. But yeah, what about the humanoid races? I mean, almost every single thing on the Underdark is slavery, so...
Well, you've got your standard drow and your duergar, your myconids, the Underdark gnome I'm still not pronouncing.
Snurf Neblin.
Yeah, that one. I get it wrong every time, and I get shit for it.
Maybe we could also find some flumps. They could help us.
Who knows what the hell you're gonna find down there? Well, I do, but I can't metagame, so.
Yeah. Should probably, just to be safe, buy some purple worm antidote, because I know they're poisonous.
Just buy a shit ton of anti-venom.
No, just a few. I think it's probably expensive.
Typically, yeah. Seeing as purple worm poison is also incredibly expensive.
Should probably just buy a few bottles to be safe.
Lost Sam there for a second. Where'd you go?
What? It's like the one thing you can't afford to lose, aside from connection.
Should probably buy a helmet for Spoon, if he doesn't have one already.
He's dropped out of the game, but still in game chat.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, there she is. She's back. Having connection issues?
Well, she's not saying anything, so it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's unfortunate.
I suppose it wouldn't be our game if that didn't happen at least once.
What's the intelligence score of Crow and Woods?
Intelligence 10.
Why didn't you ask me?
We already know.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Now we can hear you.
And Spoon as well.
My
Sorry, my
intelligence.
headphones or off and off.
Gotcha.
Oh, fun.
Well, for your information, my intelligence score is 12.
Oh, okay. So, Paige and Spoon should probably buy some helmets.
For what?
You know, mind flayers.
You are really worried about mind flayers.
Yeah, because I attack once and Paige is useless.
Solution: don't get hit.
Yeah, just don't stand in the
Absolutely.
front.
Just have stronger mental defenses.
And hope Spoon doesn't get overrun with their pets. Because that's a
Yeah,
whole
that would-
id.
That would be a problem for everybody, except for me, because
Yeah, it wouldn't be your problem anymore.
yeah, I would be brain dead.
Poor choice of words.
You will be brainless, literally.
Whatever.
Well, you'd have a brain, it just wouldn't be his.
But it would be my body, which is much more capable than my brain. Everything is bad.
But yeah, as we're making our way over to the library, Krella's just talking to herself, just having a full conversation with no one in particular.
I'm gonna just assume that's weird warlock shit. Gotta be. I mean, she turned into like a big buff version of herself when we were in prison, so... Is this really the weirdest thing that's happened?
That's the weirdest thing that's happened in the last, like, week.
I don't know, we just got sucked into a box.
Well, we're kind of used to extra-dimensional places, though.
That's true.
That's like the third or fourth one we've been in.
I wonder if Paige is having any luck. I mean, he's smart, but he's not very lucky.
Yeah, we eventually make our way over to the library and find our Paige sitting in the children's section amongst the actual children that are kind of freaked out by him.
Oh man, this is the section where you can find all the notes on Squirrelstead, the pamphlet.
That we're still not 100% sure you didn't just make yourself.
I'm very offended that you would even think that.
I'm pretty sure it got mentioned during the same section we found its existence.
Yeah. My hometown is real. It's real.
And so far, the only people that know about it is a blind girl and a person that was baked out of their mind.
He did mushrooms in my fucking house. And it doesn't help that they watched me fight a fucking bull man right after.
There was a child that was 6 foot tall and with a mustache.
Yeah, it was a neighbor's kid.
From a certain perspective, this whole quest of us coming here could have just been a figment of Spoon's imagination.
So, yeah, maybe I've finally really lost it.
There's an alternate reality where you got your shit kicked in by El Brahmana, and this is all a hallucination.
Oh, that's the best reality, honestly.
But yeah, we walk up on Paige, just chilling out in like a big beanbag chair, scrolling through books.
Any luck, Paige?
I guess you could say so.
Great.
Tell me, Spoon, how do you feel about falling from a great height?
Well, you know, one of the many tests to become a real man in Squirrelstead is being dropped off of the nearby cliff.
That
So-
definitely explains the brain damage.
I don't have brain damage, you bastard.
You don't? Must be of birth.
Alright, everybody is really hurting my feelings right now. So,
Oh, you know we are just joking.
I can do it, but I don't know. It depends on how high we're talking.
Well, Phantomless actually.
What?
Phantomless. Deep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to say no on that one.
Unfortunately for you, and I close the book. That's exactly where we need to go.
What an endless hole.
Yep.
Okay.
You
I
see,
guess
there's
we
this
better
place
go
called
back.
the Hollow,
Right.
and I throw the children's book to Spoon. This one will be more
Does this have
accurate
pictures in
for
it?
you.
Because that way I can read it.
Yes, it has.
Fuck yeah.
Let's know anything
It's-
about
Yeah, here's the
Hollow?
picture for you.
Ugh. Take that
Yeah,
fresh
the
off SCP wiki.
I don't even remember what I looked up to find this image.
Because I know there is an SCP that's just a big hole in the ground.
yeah, I know that if I'm not mistaken, this hole in specific, it's a diamond mine, someplace in Russia.
Why the
Don't,
hell
don't
do
ask
you
why I
know
know
that?
that.
Why do you know that?
I just know.
Okay.
I think it's
so we
the
didn't find a
deepest
big
hole
Is
on
that
Earth.
what I'm hearing?
Yeah, this place apparently it was a lost mine some place ago, but now everything
Mammoth
is
Cave National Park. That's where it's from.
Well, we know a thing or two about lost mines, don't we?
yeah, but this time is completely abandoned and no one knows what lies deep.
Great. Well then, we better go buy a lot of rope and climbing gear.
No, what I was thinking is I could just cast Featherfall on us.
Okay. How long does that last?
Uh, you see, we just need. The moment I see the ground, I cast it.
See the ground.
Ah, I see. So let me get this straight. We have to depend on your reaction time.
He has to cast it within a minute of us hitting the ground.
How about this, right? How about you cast it, we jump in, and then once it ends and we start to feel anxious, or you start to feel anxious since you can cast a spell, you cast it again. How does that sound?
Okay.
So the
I mean,
thing
maybe-
is, it requires him to cast it when he or a creature within 60 feet of him falls. So he can't cast it until you're already descending.
Oh.
But it does make your rate of descent slow to 60 feet per round. So you'll fall up to 600 feet within that minute. Or no, that ain't right. 360 feet within that minute.
That's a risky one.
No, wait, I was right to begin with. It was 600.
I mean, that's the fast way. We could just, go slowly with the rope, but this one's more fun.
Well, I mean,
Get out.
listen, I'm not, you know me, I like to have fun, but I also like being alive, last I checked.
Come on, you don't trust me?
I'm sorry, did you do anything when I had to fucking, keep a what is it? The cart we were in from crashing into a wall? Did you do anything? Or was I up there nearly pulling myself in half? That's what I thought. Look, I'm not saying it couldn't work, but we might want to think of some alternatives. Because that's a tough one. But you Boots, you got any ideas?
Well, Woots is completely fine in this regard, but
Oh yeah, Woots could just fall, that's right.
I just see Woods kind of flipping through some of the pages.
Woots could just fall and be fine. I forgot about that.
Woots also has a pair of winged boots.
Oh, great. Yeah, totally.
You know, Don't tell them that. I don't want them stealing my shoes.
Let me look at something.
Yeah, you ought to actually go and look through your magic items. Because I forgot Woots had those.
Oh yeah, I also have the staff.
Yeah, you
I forgot about it in the last 10 minutes. So then, Paige, you can just keep casting Featherfall on yourself.
And Krell.
And Krell, oh yeah, Krell doesn't have a... Well, I could carry Krell. That I could easily do that.
I mean,
I could carry
yeah.
Krell and just walk down the pit, or sprint, really. And then I'd have to recast. Oh wait, it takes charges. I totally forgot.
1 charge for Spider Climb.
How long does Spider Climb last?
And you have 10 charges. Good question.
I guess I could. Time for me to look it up.
Yeah, I'm on it. Spider Climb.
Spider Climb.
Up to an hour.
Up to great. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I
So
think
yeah, I
the-
could really just like. I
The
could
fuck
carry
is a
Krell.
phase spider?
I don't know. I don't like the sound of that.
Oh, that's interesting. It could just decide it doesn't want to be on the material plane anymore.
Great.
And just fuck off to the ethereal plane. And then resurface if it wants to. Bite the shit out of you. Dealing 7 plus 18 poison damage.
Oh.
And if the poison reduces you to 0, you're stable but poisoned for an hour, right after regaining hit points, and are paralyzed. Fun. Oh hey, there's Nazar the Black Spider.
Awesome. Well. So
Yeah,
I've got my way down. But Paige, do you think you can just, fall?
Yeah.
Okay,
Order
I'll fall with Paige. He can do the feather fall with us, but then like once
Wait,
it's
what if
done
you
with the
just-
rounds,
Wait, Woots, you're pretty strong, right?
I'm average.
Do you think you could just
But-
carry Paige? Think you just hold him and fall?
Yeah.
Featherfall works to up to 5 people, you know.
Well, yeah, but I have a pretty
Yeah.
concrete, not risky method.
Yeah, she could fly for up to 4 hours.
Yeah, but we don't know how far down is. We can just fall until, or like when like the feather fall ends, I can like cast or do our fly thing, hold on to him, and then
Yeah.
like
Yeah, so you can use
Okay,
it as
well-
Not to
we're gonna
not
keep-
to mention, the boots is just, to activate the boots, it's just to click your heels, right?
pretty much, yeah.
So, that's much more reliable than casting Featherfall again. Because you could just do it and then be fine.
Yeah, but they
As
have a
soon as you
really
see the ground.
yeah, they have a really long recharge time though. So she might want
When
to
you-
keep those
Yeah.
for an exit strategy.
Yeah, well, we'll probably be down there for a while.
Cause
Really?
say Paige dies while we're down there, there goes the
Yeah, that would-
polymorph idea.
Well, it would really just come down to I would have to carry everyone up.
Yeah. Just spoon and a bunch of rope and people just dangling from him as he walks up a vertical wall.
It can't, like, every 50 minutes recasting Spider Climb.
It could be done, it'd just be an absolute pain in the ass.
It's okay. So we've got I think we've got a plan. I think we've
Yeah.
actually just got our plan to get down there.
Yeah, we have a plan.
Also, how much money did you guys just spent?
Not a lot, it's fine. We only spent like maybe, I don't know, 1,000, a couple thousand.
Something like that.
That's fine, because I think we should, just for safety, if you guys agree, of course, to buy some purple worm poison, because we are going deep.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense to me. You
By the
know
way,
what, I actually might buy a shit ton of rope just to like tie to a thing at the top of this hole, and then bring down with me.
Spoon, doesn't matter how money we have, we do not have enough money to buy rope until the deep part of the hollow.
You don't know that. You don't even know how deep this thing is. It could be like 10 feet deep for all you know. And those books are meant to just scare children.
Yeah, but this one, and I throw the serious book at him, is not.
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Yes, I know, surprising.
Anyway.
Can I use Major Illusion to create a hole that's kilometers deep on the book?
I don't
I mean,
see
the
why
picture of the hole,
not.
of course. Here, pictures for you.
Wow. Okay. Then I won't buy any rope, but we'll have. Where would we even find purple worm, or purple worm anti-venom?
Good question.
I think Fizzer Widget would carry that.
Not sure.
Is that even considered magic? Or maybe like the potions shop?
Yeah,
He carries potion, so.
I would guess first place the potion shop and then the fizzy widgets.
I don't know, I think Fizzer Widgets would probably be a good first step if you ask me.
Okay, so antitoxins do not work the way you think they do.
Uh-oh.
They only grant you advantage on saving throws against poison for an hour after drinking them.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should probably not buy that.
Yeah, you know what, I think we'll just have to deal. What are the odds we encounter a purple worm anyway?
Aren't you immune to
And then
poison?
the wind shifts.
I'm immune to poison and disease, and I think Woots is too.
Yeah, I have resistance against it.
Resistance, okay. That Woots is like a couple levels away from not aging anymore.
I'm a Warforged. I don't
Yeah.
age at all.
Yeah, I totally forgot you're a Warforged.
So
I know. I sound so weak, man.
Your metal doesn't rust.
Yeah, but once he gets that ability, he's just gonna be an eternal sentinel.
Pristine body forever.
So what do you guys want to do on our last nights in civilization?
I've got nothing. I guess we should probably go let the house know that we're gonna be heading out to go down a big hole.
Yeah, I want to sleep on my own bed for the last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be good for us to get some rest. I mean, we've got basically everything we need already, so I just want to get some rest and clear out in the morning.
Yeah, I probably will drink a lot before.
Yeah, drink
Enough
before you're
potions.
expected to have a reaction time.
No, no,
Do you really want to have a massive hangover before descending into a big hole?
okay, fine. I'll just eat a lot then.
That's fine. You can be bloated, but I don't care about that. Because I'm not carrying you. I'm carrying Crow.
I still think the most hilarious thing is that since Spoon is a paladin now, he can't get drunk anymore.
Ah, that's right. It's technically a poison.
You could get one hell of a buzz, but you'll never feel the effects of being drunk.
Oh my god, doesn't that make you a connoisseur? Like, oh, this flavor is nice, I guess. I can't feel the effects of alcohol, but it's a nice flavor.
Oh yeah, I'll be a great sommelier.
Yep.
Sommelier.
I need
Now
to
you've
go to
got
bed, so I'll be back in a minute.
Alright. But at least you've got a retirement plan.
Yeah. Yeah, once I'm done fighting.
You'll probably have to lose at least one limb before deciding to retire.
She's like, yep. I'll stop fighting when I'm dead or incapable.
But you're never incapable. If you lose your arms, then kick. If you lose your legs, then bite. If you lose your teeth, then fucking headbutt. You're never done fighting until your body just completely shits out on you. And God, I do not remember what the hell I just stole that from. I think it's One Piece. I could be incredibly wrong, though.
I feel like I would remember that.
Well, it's not
I
like there's
definitely- I
over
feel-
1,000 chapters or something.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of that show to watch. And not a lot of time.
Yeah, right now they're in a filler arc, pretty much retelling everything that the movie told.
Well, yeah, Wano like just wrapped up, so I think a little break is necessary.
Oh, they literally cut away from the final fight of the Wano arc to do the side arc covering everything in the movie. Like, Luffy just started gaining ground against the Warlords. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna cut away and cover the shit from the movie for like 5 episodes.
Thank you, Toei, for thinking we're all incompetent idiots.
And that no one would actually go and see the movie. And some of it is literally just footage from the movie repackaged, and you could tell the difference in quality. Alright, so we're headed back home, so let's get that set up. Hey, at least when we get back home, those upgrades should be finished, depending on how long this takes.
That's true, yeah. We'll be gone for quite a while.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Drama.
Do you guys have enough health potions?
I think so. Plus, I've got my fair share of magic healing as well.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. Since we made the most actual ridiculous plan we could have.
Just gonna fall until like, or
I'm gonna walk down the wall carrying a goblin, and you're just gonna fall carrying a little man.
Alright, I'm back.
pretty much.
Whew. My bladder was punching me real hard, like, we need to solve this.
Something wrong is happening.
I've basically been chugging a Monster Rehab for the last hour and change.
I'm back.
That's exactly what I opened just earlier. On normal Monster.
Yeah, I got a tea and lemonade rehab. Make me nice and alert, but also come with the side effect that I have to pee a lot.
Tastes like battery acid.
Well, you could clean a battery with a can of fucking Monster, so...
That's true.
Alright, so we're back at home and coming up with plans.
I mean, we've got our plan. It's just a matter of telling everyone that we're going to be gone for a while. And then, bedtime.
And again, on the whole walk back, Crow is once again talking to herself, having a full-on conversation.
She's got to get it together. I don't know
Does
what's
it
going
seem-
on.
Does the conversation like seem panicked or like much more friendly back and forth? You know, like, oh yeah, this is happening, we plan on doing this, or oh, that's gonna happen, kind of thing.
Kind of sounds like having a discussion with herself and a bit of argumentativeness.
Okay.
And it continues through her trying to eat. Like she's still talking back and forth with an entity that isn't there while trying to eat.
Paige will just ignore it. Like half the wizards he ever met were like this.
Just funny Krell things, am I right? Yeah? The DM? I did.
Well, no. I heard DM and I'm like, wait, what? I didn't miss anything, did I?
No.
Should I take the book that we just gained in the puzzle box?
I don't see why you need it down there, but it's up to
Yeah,
you.
probably not.
You never know when you need it and when you won't.
I don't know. Down there's a high chance you might use it.
That's true. And then we'll have to pay the library.
He's talking about the
Yeah.
book we got from the box.
Yeah, the one that basically homebrew spells the book.
But that takes time and effort to even use, so
Yeah,
it's
let's
unlikely we
just
won't need it down there.
yeah, let's just leave it up here.
Probably shouldn't be taking delicate old relics down there.
What do you mean it crumbled apart? It should be fine. No, it didn't.
You just got hit by a lava mephit, and you're currently on fire. Of course the non-magical book is going to burn.
That's fine. Books are expensive, man.
Especially books that are a good millennia and change old.
Which hold infathomable secrets. Especially in a age without a press. Although I think they probably have some type of magic press.
But yeah, Crow's just continuing to eat her food and having a conversation with herself. Getting increasingly more argumentative with whatever entity she's talking to.
Bro, are you arguing with yourself? What's going on?
Fine, I'll do it. Then she begins weaving her magic and casts Major Image. And now I have to remember which one of these folders the token's in. And the form of the man she morphed into previously appears at the table with us.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god!
I put my plate to the side and continue eating without as if nothing have happened.
You lot of look like you've seen a ghost.
No, more like an illusion.
Well, it's only...
Going on here?
It's really the only way we could think of to, well, show you that I exist. As your friend and I share one mind, she could just illusion me into a form of my own body and give me the ability to speak through it.
Ah, of course.
You decide mentally what happens with the major image so it can move, continue making sound. So she's basically created an illusionary body for her alternate form to speak through.
Cool.
Now I've been paying attention to the circumstances you lot have found yourself in, and it seems I might have some information on one of the objects you seek. And my voice just cracked right there for a moment.
Cool. I mean, that's great. Very, very helpful.
I believe that third item you seek once belonged to my nephew.
Huh.
The
What a
weapon of
happy coincidence.
the weapon of great might, as it were, that requires gauntlets and a belt to wield.
Right. You know
Interestingly,
what kind of weapon it is?
Actually, I know exactly what weapon it is. And you've already got half of the materials to summon in it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and you've had them for quite a while.
The strength gauntlets?
Yep.
Okay. What about the belt?
Back to my information.
Magic belt? Or can I run back to the surface and grab one of my champion's belts? Because I've got a ton of those.
Well, the gauntlets themselves are called Yarn Graper, which are required to handle the force with which the mighty weapon returns to you and handles the power it generates when you swing it and use its magic.
Uh-huh.
The belt is called Mainyard. It is a mighty girdle that increases your strength tenfold.
Ah.
And both of these are required to call forth and wield the third of my nephew's 3 great armaments, the Divine Hammer Mjolnir.
That sounds sick. Okay.
You now have a
So-
name and a description of what you need to get
Yeah, we
from
need
one
a
of the
belt.
legendary items. Yep. A very specific belt at that.
What was it called again?
The belt is called Mainyard, but the D&D version is a very different name. And interestingly enough, Mjolnir is an actual weapon that already existed in D&D.
I don't know, is it like a belt of giant strength or something?
I don't remember which one specifically it is. Give me a second to look it up.
Okay.
Do you know where these are located or only what they
We
are?
have gauntlets, I assume. They have to be. 'Cause, I mean, come on. What other magic gauntlets have you ever heard of that make you super strong?
Yeah, you just need any of the belts of giant strength.
Cool. Well then. Alright, so we just have to... Any belt of giant strength? We might ask Fizzerwidget about that. We can get that done. I could go out now and get that done.
Of course you could.
Well, you seem to know a lot about this. Do you know where this Mjolnir is located?
As far as
think
I
it's-
know, it fell off the Bifrost during the collapse of Asgard. Of course, I was also falling off the Bifrost at the time at the hands of Heimdall, but that is neither here nor there. And speaking of the gods of Asgard, that's a very curious bauble you've got there.
I'm very curious what?
Bauble.
Trinkets and baubles.
You're looking at what's?
Looking at Paige.
Ah,
Does he mean my eye?
You get the impression that he is.
Are you talking about this or just flip the eye patch open?
Now tell me, mortal, how did one of your kind come across the Eye of Mimir?
I think we just found it.
Well, you see, we were arrested a while ago. And you remember you actually took Krell's body that time. And in the room of that, the what's the name of the guy who guards the prison?
I don't remember.
Warden.
Dead.
Yeah, in the room of the damn warden, I found his eye inside of a small container. So since it's magical, why not put on myself?
How
I do seek
curious.
a lot of types of knowledge.
How curious that such such a important relic would survive the Ragnarok. Interesting.
Well, I don't know much about what it does. For now, I only use it to discover people through names and other types of magical artifacts.
Well, that makes sense. Mimir himself was impossibly wise, knowing just about all there is to know about the world. Only very few secrets could ever be kept from him, which made it a thorn in my side that Brother Odin made him his greatest advisor.
Do you know what type of things he did with his eyes, or just that?
Well, as far as I know, they could instantly identify a great many things and store a vast amount of intelligence. Far more
see.
than any ordinary mind could keep.
That explains why I get dizzy after a while.
The old man was nearly perpetually drunk due to using them constantly.
I can't believe that. By the way, have my eyes returned to normal, or am I still half blind?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's
Oh,
been a
it's
couple
fine.
hours.
Great.
Well, now we have the clue for another weapon.
Yeah. We just need. We gotta find that. We gotta find a belt. Definitely. I mean, again, I could literally go out and ask Fizzerwidget about that now. In fact, I might actually do just that.
I don't think the problem is the belt, I think the problem is that hammer.
Well, we need the belt. He said that was part of it.
Yes, it's part of it.
Yeah. That's the point. So we need the belt. Or a belt or whatever. You gotta,
Well, before we
you gotta think in the immediate. What can we get done now?
before we
You live in the future, Paige. All right, try living in the moment. It's great. It's not stressful. You don't feel like shit all the time, and you don't feel like you have expectations to work towards. You just feel like you.
great way of living, I guess, but I prefer to plan ahead. Also, sorry. Before we leave in the morning for the hollow, you can ask Fidgeways to order a belt of giant strength, since you know he probably doesn't have in shop.
You never
It's a
know.
it's a very rare item after all.
I mean, did you see some of those armors? Man's got some pretty cool stuff in stock. All right, we'll stop by tomorrow on our way out. We actually don't even know where this hole is now that I think about it. Probably should have thought about that, huh?
Where is the hole? I think Paige would figure it out. That
Yeah, you likely would have. Southeast of town.
Southeast of town. Great.
yep.
So, yeah, we could literally go to Fizzerwidget's on our way outside of the, southernmost gate.
Great. How awesome is that? Now I think it's time to get some rest. Everyone knows we're leaving. You know, to keep things on the lowdown, and make sure to turn away anyone suspicious and take care of those children.
Yeah. Before Paige goes to bed, he just drops a Quill's page to feed him. Yeah, looks like we're going on another adventure.
Got all my shit back. Let's go.
Yup.
Featherfall.
Krause has so many expended resources.
I just had a couple of superiority dice in my my channel divinity.
Bunch of spell slots, all the Bardic Inspiration, bunch of hit dice.
Oh yeah, those two hit dice. I almost forgot about those.
It has been a rough couple of days.
Ugh. Yeah, we've been doing work, and now we get to go down a big hole. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. But we can't. But we're aiming to find a legendary magic item.
That's true. Yeah. A monk staff. Doesn't that sound fucking sick? A
There
heavenly
he
monk
goes.
staff. That's up your alley, Roots.
Hell, Roots or Page, both of them can use staves.
That's true. That's true. But I like the sound of that big fucking hammer. Is it big? It's probably pretty big.
Well, it's usually wielded by a half giant, so.
Great. Fantastic. I'm sure I'll be more than capable. Maybe that's what all that strength boosting is for.
A little bit.
Although now that I think about it, my strength is greater than what the gauntlets provide. So.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here
I guess
looking
it's
at all the different belts of strength, and all of them improve it beyond 20.
Whoa, Fizzerwitch, those are probably expensive as shit then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
Well, the first 4 aren't incredibly expensive. It's the last 2.
I think I should probably substitute one of my cantrips.
Is Woods doing anything special? I noticed you're down there on the couch.
I think I'm admiring my little trinket of the talisman. I don't know what it does, and no one else seems to do. And I don't really have a room, so.
Not yet, but you will.
Yeah, so
soon.
I just kind of like space out in the leisure area, staring at the fireplace, and just get my rest in.
Alright. At least you're warm and comfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, you know how like someone's like kind of leaned back, they have their legs stretched out and like crossed, you know? And they're just kind of leaning back in the seat and just kind of like hands rested on their stomach and just staring out at the fireplace. So, yeah, I'm comfy.
It's gotta kind of suck not being able to sleep. It's like I'm so comfortable, but I can't drift off.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us that can sleep, it's a very restful night. Finally able to lick our battle wounds after a couple straight days of fuckery. Not really getting any rest. But, at the very least, you can burn off some exhaustion if you still have any.
Finally got rid of all of mine the day after it happened.
And we meet up the following morning to head out.
Fantastic. First stop, Fizzer Widgets.
Anybody got anything they need to do before we leave the house?
I don't think so. I'm taking Quill, the stuff for the travel, and I'm taking a look at my cantrips if I want to change any of them. But that can be done on the go.
I might take the cloak of protection from the vault.
Alright. Let me tick that off. You can add that to your inventory.
Ooh, beans. Because, you know, safety first.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a higher AC.
Yeah, and I'm more concerned about the wisdoms, or not the saving throws.
Yeah, you can get a +1 to your saving throws.
Yeah.
Krell's gonna leave behind several of her daggers.
Yeah, she's got a big stick now.
Yeah, she's
Krell's like a kid that just like found a semi-long and straight stick and is like, this is a fucking sword. This is my god-slaying weapon.
Well, doing so also clears out one of her attunement slots too, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she's leaving behind her cutlasses, Rend, Sever, the Dagger of Venom, her 3 regular daggers.
There you go.
So the only weapons she's actually taking are Ren, Nightingale, and her new great club that is yet to be named, but has been ritualed into being her pact weapon.
We're talking about weapons I'm not using as of current. We're gonna drop off.
Well, I'm just trying to make myself monumentally lighter.
I guess I need to drop some things that I'm attuned to. Well, what am I attuned to? I'm not using.
You don't keep track of that?
I keep track of it in my brain.
Oh.
I have
I lose track. I put an A next to that item.
I have an actual sheet, so I can remind myself. Like, actual physically on paper. It shows you, like,
Yeah,
you can plan out what goes on what part of your body, and what weapons are your main weapons, what you have attuned. Makes my life easy.
Yeah.
And now that, no. And now that you know the truth beyond the eye, you now have an actual entry for it in your Magic Items tab.
Oh, nice.
I think I'm actually
Because
only.
it does
attuned-
have an additional added effect you are not aware of yet.
Alright. I guess the only thing I'm dropping off in terms of like magic items is Frostbrand. Don't need it. I've got tons of other magic weapons that don't require attunement.
Yeah. As far as attunement, the only things I have right now are the Amulet of Health, which is giving me all my constitution, and my Gloves of Missile Snaring, which have only been useful a total of 1 time.
I've got my Ring of Protection and the Spider Staff.
Well, yeah, you kind of need the Spider Staff for right now, so...
Exactly.
And Ring of Protection's always good.
We are good to go.
That's weird, because to me it seems like y'all are still in bed.
anal about this.
Be anal about everything.
That's true. That's the game.
I
As
can't.
you should.
I can't assume you're ready until you make yourself appear ready. Plus, it makes it a lot easier for me to copy and paste all your tokens.
True.
Alright, so we make our way out into the streets of Nevermore once more. To head to Mr. Richard's shop at the crack of what we can only assume is dawn.
I assume Fisher Woods is tired of seeing us already.
He's fine. He loves us. We bring in so much revenue.
Yeah, we've paid the man so much money. Yeah, we should be getting a returning customer discount by now.
You'd think, right?
Let's ask for one.
We make our way back to the shop again.
Hey, we're
Speak
back,
again.
but we're not staying for long. We're just stopping in for a quick question.
And what can I help you with?
We're looking for any kind of belt of giant strength.
I don't believe I have any in stock right now. But as always, for a fee, one could be found.
Right. Now I know these things are kind of rare. So what kind of fee are we talking about here?
He snaps his fingers and calls forth a small ledger and begins to flip through the pages. Do you know which of the 6 you are looking for?
Not entirely. but I think
Can I tell him the name of the belt from before? Please don't make me remember the name.
I think he said any of them would suffice.
Yeah.
So, frankly, I think anything middle of the road would suffice, or even below that. Average to below average would be perfectly fine.
Well, the cheapest of them will run you about 5 grand, whereas the most expensive is north of 20.
All right, yeah, we'll go the 5 grand route.
Very well. I'll keep my eye out for a modest belt of hill giant strength then.
Fantastic. We might be missing for a while, so of course,
Fair
we can always
play.
bring it up with our friend Scribbler.
Now, if I should come across any of the other belts, would you rather I let them go or keep an eye
you
out?
should probably keep an eye out.
Alright. Do you have a particular budget in mind?
We've got, I'd say, I don't know, I could say like, what do you think, like 15K and below? I know that's a big chunk of our money, but this is kind of important.
Yeah, it's probably best.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll say 15K and below.
That's a lot to work with. I think we can definitely get something done here.
Fantastic. It's always a pleasure doing business with you, Fizzerugit.
Of course, and as always, it will come with a finder's fee attached.
Right. Figured.
Do we have any other business to attend to today?
Not on my end, but I think we're all good here.
I'm good.
Yep.
She's still playing
looking at
around
everything.
with her new, her new club.
Awesome.
She is ready to paint this thing with blood.
Let's get a move on, gang. I'm gonna go climb down a big hole.
God, I wish I could fucking write. Keep misspelling.
I do that shit constantly.
Alright, so we make our way towards the southern gate of town over here.
We've got real paperwork this time, except for Woods.
Except for Woods, but since we're leaving, they don't check the paperwork.
Yeah.
And we make our way off into the distance, past where any residences are, until we come across the mouth of the massive chasm known as the Hollow.
Oh, it's just a big hole.
You know, you never actually visit these places. You always hear them, but you never visit them.
Well, we're doing it because we're stupid, and we're looking.
I mean, like,
And we're looking for a strong stick.
We
No,
are
it's
not
like,
just visiting, we are jumping inside of it.
no, it's just like you never visit the home attractions, you know, because like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you do it with family if they come to visit.
Exactly.
This is the
you never
first
look.
time we're actually now I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Woods lives in this city normally and has never been here. That says something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Krell's gonna pick up a good-sized rock and just chuck it into the hole. You just listen for it hitting the bottom, hopefully.
Do we hear anything besides the rock? Like a creature screaming? Or a roar?
Well, I don't think Paige is gonna hear the echo anyway. But it is falling for a good couple minutes before
Oh my.
Krell seemingly reacts.
Why? That's not that bad.
It doesn't take long for terminal velocity to catch up to you.
Well, yeah.
But
I'm
it
not
definitely
gonna
does
fall.
hit against something solid at the bottom.
Well, I'm not gonna fall because I know how to walk.
Are you guys ready?
I'm perfectly ready.
I guess if we're doing this, let's do this.
All right. Which way do you feel more confident, Krell? Just me holding you, or like getting onto my back?
See, I think
That's-
if an athletics check needs to be made, it's gonna make it a lot better than Krell. So Krell's gonna opt to be carried.
Fantastic. Then
Let's
I
go.
will-
Jump.
I just pick her up like a baby under the arms.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
She just crosses her arms, kind of pouty,
Fantastic.
just feeling like she's being treated like a child.
She is.
A child that could melt your fucking face off with a whisper, but yes.
A child that is a child, by the way.
She's an adult amongst her people.
And a child. Mine.
Yeah, Woods, let's go. Jump.
Before we jump, I'm gonna cast dark vision on myself so I can at least have 120 feet of dark vision with my.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So I'm able to see the bottom, or at least tell someone. So I'm ready to free fall with Paige. I'll grab his hand and like, let's do this, and we'll jump.
Krell, are you confident in measuring time?
Not really.
All right, then I'll just count to myself.
But, I think you may have forgotten that you, have the goggles of night, so you do have 120 feet instead of 60.
Yeah.
Just making that clear.
Yeah, no worries.
So you will see
you
the
can
bottom way before Paige does.
Hey, you could always
Oh.
cast. You could cast it on me, so I have dark vision.
While we
No,
are falling,
I can only do that kind of stuff to myself, I think. Let me see my
It
monk
says you
stuff.
touch a willing creature.
Yeah,
while we
that's
are
just.
falling, you
bad.
just scream. Whenever you see the bottom,
Yeah, 'cause-
just tell me.
Yeah, because Paige doesn't have dark vision.
That's true. just cast spider climb and just start walking down.
Yeah,
And
just
counting.
walk over the edge ever tentatively, just
Yeah,
hoping
definitely.
that your magic that you don't completely trust has worked.
Hey, it worked on top of the
Gondola.
gondola. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
but
I'm confident it'll work now.
you're about to walk down a sheer face of stone, so you're like dipping your toe into a pool of water, like testing it to make sure it's actually gonna work before you heave both of our weights over the edge.
Yeah, basically.
And you begin to. What kind of pace are you making?
Well, I would say I was gonna say sprint initially, but now that you've said that, I think I'm just gonna take a brisk walk.
Yeah, at least until you're sure that it's working and going to hold. But it's
And hey,
basically a
worst comes to worst, I put Krell under the arm and catch myself on the wall.
or at least try to.
At least try to.
But yeah, you start making a steady pace down the wall as Paige and Woots launch themselves off into the chasm. And the one thing that you two forgot to take into factor is Woots weighs approximately 5 times as much as Paige.
Ooh.
Shit, I forgot about that.
She did say we were. She held my hand while she jumped.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna reach terminal velocity real fucking quick.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I weigh 290 pounds.
Fine. It's not.
Well, keep an eye.
It's not about how fast you're falling. It's about getting Paige to react it.
Exactly.
I'm
prepared
looking
to
straight
fall the
down.
moment we jump.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys launch yourself. Well, yeah, Spoon doesn't have dark vision. Krell
I'm
can't
just
detect a shit since she's not touching the ground.
Yeah, I'm just kind of winging.
There's like literally no sounds other than Spoon's footsteps echoing out where the wall is. So
Just slowly climbing down the wall, and she just hears a Woods
Just-
Page pass through it.
just yeah, Spoon can just feel Krell's heart racing as she can't see shit and people are screaming.
Just relax. Everything's fine.
Quickly falling off into the distance, and the situation's becoming
Paige,
tenser.
honestly, Paige, I wouldn't be surprised if you cast Featherfall before we hit the thing, because we're going. You can just feel wind going by fast.
Like, we're talking wind tunnel speeds here. Just the wind whipping past you, like easily wind burning your skin. And the ground becoming ever closer, second by second. Not sure.
Oh, I can
when
see it
will-
now?
Not yet. But you're
Okay.
sure it will come eventually. You're obviously getting closer to it at incredible speed. Not quite sure when it'll come up. As Spoon and Krell are making a decent pace down the wall, as Spoon is beginning to gain confidence in the magic power. You two are still falling at incredible pace.
Transferring to like a light jump.
Yeah, praying and hoping that everything goes as planned. And that is where we will end the session.